Okay, so few of them has done really pretty good. So somebody did right. This was really good homework. Um, let's see what else. Okay, going to pick one. This is good. 7 7. Okay. Credit card expiration. Okay, that I take as a defect. Okay, this is good. Copy. This is it's a good job. Like you guys have somebody has done really good after maybe in 1 year, 1 year, 1 or 2 years. 2 years. I'm saying this class from 2 years, and somebody really picked out the you know defect right in front of the application. So here's the thing, right? Let's see here. What's the application? It really shows in front of your application that this is 1997, and you really got the attention here. So this is very important. See, in finance, okay, people might not care, but when you are working for healthcare projects, these are taken very seriously. Okay, so this could be I mean, I'm not saying it is like it may be a compliance issue. Okay, so here if the copyright is expired, you need to put a new copyright. You need to put 2000. This is 2017, right? This is not 1997. So you have to make sure that this copyright issue, because if you're putting some expired page, now that's a really issue. That's a that's a compliance issue, and it may end up into non-compliance from the federal government. Okay, so really that you don't want to go that far. So you want to make sure you really find these issues at the very beginning of the stages, because if this is going in a later stage, company might get into trouble there. That's not a problem. You are getting into trouble. Okay, so this is good. You just that was really in front of your application, right in front of your page. Just open this page, just see here, that's it. We got this. Okay, so really this is good. After a long time, somebody has really opened this good issue. Okay, and this is also good. This is what I was expecting actually. There are many defects like this. Okay, let's see what actually this second defect is. Now, what I'm saying is go to here. Now here are actually two issues here. Okay, what is this first thing? When you hover your mouse over this image, it's converted into hand cursor. Now this is not something URL. It's not an Amazon. Okay, they're not. This is not where you can also have URL. Images which is linked with URLs. No. So here the first and foremost, a very minor defect, although people don't care, that's fine. But as a business analyst point of view, and as a tester, it's no don't even have to consider business analyst. I'm a tester. I really take care of these things. When you hover your mouse over this, it's changing into hand cursor. Now that's a defect. Okay, that's not written in any document. That's not there anywhere. But to get more information on this, you need to check with business analyst. Now this is the defect. I really opened one minor, it's very minor. Okay, you guys don't want to fix it, it's up to you. I want to put this open, defect open until and unless this gets fixed. I don't care how many years you do, I don't care how long I last, but I want to see this defect is fixed, because this is defect, simple. Okay. If you check with the business analyst, they will give you more information. Okay, is this supposed to change the hand cursor? Is it supposed to be changed into different cursors, so on and so forth? But this is a minor thing, very minor. But I would take even this into consideration. Okay, when you hover your mouse, that one, and when you click on this, this is issue. This is really issue. If there was really a page, let us take here. Even if there was a page that was supposed to go to this, like Amazon.com, you see this Amazon.com. See here, you find this hand cursor, on the images. So whenever you click on this image, that's going to different, different URL, and that's fine. But this is not really that sort of thing that So this is not supposed to be. Even if it is, we need to know what's actually behind this image and why it's showing this. So if you are writing, if there are any test cases for here, for this page, then you are blocking it. This would be a priority issue. But since in this case, this is actually issue which is not supposed to change. Okay, so that's good. Somebody really opened from a very long time a good defect. Okay. Okay. Now this is also good. Defect form is not working. Okay, great. Yeah, this is so on 4 defects, 3 defects. Okay, that's good. So this case, this is very different to handle when you have numbers. Um, when you want to handle numbers in your name field, of course, that is not supposed to be allowed. Okay, so that's really not, we don't want that. But now there are scenarios where some people have some special characters in the name. Okay, so there are rare scenario, but they do. So in that case, you want to make sure you want to talk with them and see how they really want to implement it or they don't want to talk about it. That's a different story. This is something which is a feature. Okay, I would think this is a feature because you want to request business is saying that, hey, you know what, this is accepting the numbers too. Are we supposed to accept or we not? Is there any history on this? Or, I mean, are we really, accepting these numbers, special characters, alphabets, and so on? Are we really looking into it, and how is it supposed to do? So this is something which we need to talk about it. Talk to whom? Talk to the lead. Maybe first talk to the lead. Is the first point of contact is your lead. Once you get used to it, once it, now next you know who to talk. To talk when to talk on business analyst, when to talk on developer, when to talk in the architect guy, when to talk in the database administrator, and so on. Okay, but as this first point of contact is always lead. Okay, so that's good. This is really good. All defects in one page. That's pretty good to see. So this is I already told in the class. It's accepting alphabets. Okay, I already told. So okay, great. So a few people done homework. That's good. Okay. So what I was supposed to show you defects already someone has opened, so that's good. So that is one thing, and any other defects you can think of? One more thing. So this is not really a defect. But what you want to see here is when you are trying to place an order. Okay, so here you are saying is sales tax. Now, this is very important thing. Okay, you want to so if you're living in Delaware, you're not you're not you don't get sales tax. Okay, and there is no sales tax, right? In Delaware or Texas, somewhere. Okay, so this 1,499 will not be there. So now you want to talk to your lead saying that, hey, you know what, is this sales tax really appropriate? How are you handling this? So because there is no sales tax, and how much are you charging it? Okay, if somebody buys in Delaware, how is going to work through? How if somebody is buying in Texas, how are you going to work on this? So this is something which you need to talk. You need to always talk about these applications. Okay. Okay. So and how this is sales tax being calculated and all those things you need to work on this. Okay. So it's good. We have spent enough time on this, so we will not go. We go. Okay. Let's talk about this. Any questions? Any questions so far? So we'll go to pretty quick rally. So let's talk about this quickly. Yeah. Does anyone have any question? We'll go pretty fast. We don't have much time. Okay. So this is a test management tool. So I'll be giving you access for this tool and homework tool for tomorrow. And I'll be giving you access, username and password. Make sure you log in and Yeah, I know. Some audio is not good. Okay. So if you have any trouble in audio, try to check with your respective managers. If that doesn't work, you know what? I'm really giving you better quality audio. So that's what I was trying to say on this, right? So that is, you always have better quality audio. If you were not able to hear, you can go ahead and you can at home. You can um, okay. So it's not like from my side here. It's very it's thing is very silent here. Okay, there's nothing here. Okay, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll be getting a good audio quality. If try to see, I have this better quality audio. Okay, so try to see this, or you can also check with your respective manager. So this is what you need to see. Like this is what real time experience will be. So you found something. Okay, you need to check. Check with your manager. Check with your. So this is what your real time job starts, right? From here itself, your real time job starts. So if you're not able to hear properly, check with respective managers, see what they want to say. And from my side, I'm giving you a better audio quality too. At the end of the day, you can also look into it. Okay. Okay. So you'll be having access for this. Okay. Now, once I sign it, let's say you got this access to this rally. Okay. Once you sign it, yes. Let me mute everyone so that okay, good. Okay. If anyone has any questions, they can unmute and they can talk. Okay. So here, once I log in, this is the dashboard. Whenever I see I see this, whenever I log in, this dashboard shows up. And you want the first thing you want to make sure. These are a lot of things. Once you have access, you'll be knowing which defects has been assigned to you. Okay, not really defects. This will defects will be actually developer will be working. So here, what defects you have opened will be looking at it based on your dashboard how you want to set it up. And here also you will be looking into it like what task or what normal task is being what task has been assigned to you from your boss or from the lead perspective or anyone who is working with you. Somebody might assign a task for you and you want to look into it. So this is a place where you get this. So that is one thing you can find out. Okay, so once you log in into it, you have this which project are you working on. So this is the first thing you want to make it clear for yourself. When you get access for this, which project are you working on? Okay, so that is most important thing. And who is going to tell you? You need to find out. You need to check with lead, check with the colleague, check with the people, have some friends, talk to them, what's going on, how is this working, and how we are working on all those things. Okay. So once you find out the project, let's say your lead helped you out. Your lead let's take an example here. Okay, your lead is helpful guy. Don't expect everyone helpful. Okay. Nobody is doing social service, okay, for you. So nobody is going to help you out. You need to find out. You need to reach out to them. Hey, you know what? I'm working on this project. I wanted to know some information which project we are working on. And once you figure it out, this is the four, for projects here is four, but in real time it's plenty, not just 10, 20, maybe in hundreds, okay? There might be sub projects too, okay? So we want to make it clear. So here it's easy, I just made it one, testing team. So we are working on this project now. It's good. Now you know which project we are working on. Now we want to figure it out which user story are one. So this is a project. Let's say you might assign 2 to 3 projects or one project. Now user stories is something like requirements. So you got a requirement, you need to test that. Okay, good. Now let's just go to a plan. Check it out which user stories you're working on. Click on user stories. So what is user stories? The requirement. Now this is not high level requirement. User story is a requirement that what you need to test. So did I create a user story? Okay, good. No, I created a user story. Now these are so many user stories. Again, this is very few as compared. Real time, you'll be having some, I don't know, thousands, in the sub thousand, sub user story with iterative progressions, sub user story and sub user story and sub user story, so on. So you need to figure it out which user story. So here it's very easy. I made it clear. So which project I'm working on? It's a GMO project. It's continuous. Okay, so this is a user story 149, but that's really not my user story. That's really a parent user story. Now there's a sub user story. You want to click on expand to make sure which is really in that you're working on. Okay, great. Now I figure it out. This is the user story which I'm working on. Now this is iterative. Not really. I mean, this is sub user story. This is the parent user story. And this is my, okay, how do I know this user story? Now here it's clear, we are working on August 10, 2017 to August 23rd. So that makes it helpful, but really not always that helpful. Okay. So once, if you click on this, so let's check it out what's actually the user stories is all about. Okay, great. Now this is not you who's supposed to change it. Don't change it in real time because this is the job of business analyst. Now business analyst try to help you out to create this, what are the requirement and what you're supposed to do. Now since they are telling, okay, this is the URL that you need to test and verify all the functionalities, including edit box, text box, review buttons, images, etc. Okay, they are looking on the functional testing. So this is a screenshot. Now this is really not, this will not be so easy in your project. In your project, there will be a paragraph or paragraph information which might make no sense to anyone at all. Okay, just make it clear for you. There might be paragraph. The reason because these user stories are created making in lot of people in mind. Okay, this user story have access to developers, testers, project managers, scrum masters, architect, beyond it, CFO, CIO, everyone who are working on. So a lot of people are there here. Okay, not just you and developer, or not just you. So don't think, no, this is mine. Okay, I'll do it. A lot of people are working on this. A lot of things happen here. So don't expect so cakewalk information here. Okay, so this is nothing like cakewalk. No, this is mine. I know how to do it. You need to read a lot of information. They'll be putting bunch of information, 4 paragraph, 3 paragraph. You need to go through it, understand it. If you don't understand, check with the lead or check with the colleague. Try to understand it because the information here will not be that helpful, and it may not be understand at one immediately. Okay, you might read quite a few times, like 5, 6 times, and you might get it. But to start with, you might be not able to understand. Okay, so here it's easy. We have a screenshot. I put a screenshot. Not everyone does that, so don't be so lenient on this. No, I know this how to do. Okay, so you need to read that first. Okay, so here, this, if you understand this, this is the details, and you want to go to a task. So these are the 2 modules. Okay, that is one task, and the other is test cases, right? 2 modules here. We want to just understand what is it all about. Now, task is something. See, here is something. Why do I use task? I use task to organize my work, right? Now, let's say I'm working on not just QA. I'm also working on an EPO. I'm also working on 2, 3 projects. I'm also working on QA. So 3, 4 things I'm working on. But so I need to understand, or I need to see what I need to do on the work. So I want to organize my work, right? And I want to create tasks. And not only that, task may be important in your project because it is directly assigned from your boss. So my boss might create you task for yours. Boss creates task for you and just assign it and will say do this. Okay, it might be that. It can also be that. So other than that, you also have to create tasks. Okay, this is for, let's see if I can do it. So let's say I'm doing functional testing, not any other testing. I'm creating functional testing for Geomorning. Let's say I'm creating this task and want to create this add with details. Click on that. Okay, now this is done by the tester, so it's great. So you want to make sure status is in progress unless you're working on some future projects or somebody told you don't change the status, put just define and leave it how it is. Other than that, you want to make it progress, okay? Unless it's specified by the lead. And then if you want to put ready, yes, it's ready. Task estimation. How much time are you going to spend this task? Let's say I'll just put 10. What I'm trying to do here, is I'm trying to test so functional and features of GMO and target. Okay, this is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, good. Testing our functional and features of GMO. Who is the owner? You are the owner. Testers is normally the owner of this, okay? If you experience something is a priority issue, you want to even you can put it S here. We'll just put it no. Attachment, if there is an attachment, you can go ahead and select files, and if there is any notes, you can put the notes too. And after you have done, just try to create this. Okay, great. Now we have just created a task. You click on done. Okay, now here you've successfully created a task, and here you can say that this ID is assigned for you. Okay, 235. And there is a status. Okay, it's in progress status and estimation. Okay, 10 hours. Okay, it's not really. It's like 10 hours. It's based on really meeting. Okay, how you assign this is based on the meetings. You go a lot of meetings, Scrum meetings, and lot of sprint grooming session, sprint session, so on. In that you decide how much you want to spend your time in each user story. So here, for sake of convenience, I just put a step. Okay, so this is all about the task. Any questions so far? So regarding this task, okay, regarding this tool, any questions? So why do we create task? Task is to how normally it's for how much time you're spending on that particular module. Says, let's say you're not just doing functional, you're also doing ETL, you're also doing QA, you're also doing integration, you're also doing incremental integration testing, you're also doing smoke. Okay, smoke testing. Yeah, that might also count as task, but we really don't want to put smoke testing here. Okay, so on. Okay, so that helps. How much time are you spending on each task assigned to you directly from your boss or from your lead, or from another team? That helps you see how much you are working on. Okay, so that's about task. Now let's go to the test cases. If no questions, we just move. Okay, so now again, I already told you there is a difference between task and test cases. I mean, in Rally, more specifically, the difference is here you don't have showing how much time. Task has time, and test cases are more detailed. You have steps. You don't have steps in task, although you can create by yourself, but really that's not required. Okay, so once you go to the test cases, if you click on this module test cases here, you want to create a new test case. So for that, over your mouse, over this action located in the right upper corner, okay, and you want to, you don't even have to click here, right? You just hover your mouse, it's pop-up window shows up, just, not really, this is drop down, okay, so drop down box over here, and you have this various option. You want to click on new test case, okay, great. Well, this is the pop-up window, and here is showing, okay, great. Now, once you create this, okay, you see this new ID, because once you create this, ID is automatically generated for you, okay? And here we are having testing demo, okay? This is what test cases I'm creating here. and I want to tag it, although you can tag it like anyone see this GMO online, okay, you can do this. Now description. For the description here we are writing these cases for GMO online. Now I want to be more specific on this because I have other work to do. So I am putting in functional test cases for GMO online. Okay, you will be specific on what you are doing. Okay, great. Now once you've done with this, if you have attachment, go ahead and attach the attachment. Who is the owner? Owner is most possibly it will be you, a tester. But in the rare cases, in some places, not all, owner might be someone else, because sometimes you might create test cases for them, they will be doing testing. Your job might be just writing test cases all day. Okay, all day you just need to keep on writing test cases, but not necessary every time. So rare cases where owner might be different. But here in this scenario, we are taking an owner as you. Okay, whoever is created the test cases is most possibility is you will be the owner. Okay, which project you're working on, you can select a project right here. As default, we have created from this project, so it will be, the same project. Expedite. If you want to, see this, you want to expedite this priority issue and you want to make sure this should go first, you want to do this. Okay. Here we'll keep it simple. Here we'll just uncheck it. Okay, so what is, here objective of the test cases? The objective of test cases is, we are doing functionality and features. Okay, to test okay. This is the font I like, so that's why you don't have to change font, it's up to you. Okay, and work product is which user story does this your test case belongs to? This is always important, right? Any tool you're working, not just Rally, HPLM, ClearQuest, Jira, Zephyr, okay, TFS, Team Foundation Server, so on and so forth, you want to specify always which requirement does that your test case belongs to. This project and requirement or user stories always you need to specify here. If you don't specify, it will be abandoned and nobody knows what is it. And if you don't do it, and you might be, they will ask you why this has no link. Why didn't you update it? Okay, so you need to always make sure if you want to add it, go ahead, click in this magnifying glass and this pop-up shows up. You want to make sure which user story is this. If you can type in keywords here, US, I don't know, 165. Oops. You know what? I'll just check it here. Okay, great. You see this? You can create. If you know this user story, just directly put it and link it. Okay, so you can do that. So that's about the work product. Now, here, what type of test case is this? We have a lot of options. Again, acceptance testing. If you're doing acceptance, you go ahead and put acceptance. Here we are doing functional, this performance, regression, usability, user interface, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now here we'll just put as, for ease of convenience, we'll just put as functional. What is this? It's manual or automated. If you're putting this regression, so you want to put this as automated. But since this is not regression, we are putting as manual. Okay. Now there might be a scenario where you also might put functional and automatic. Okay, it's automated test cases. So this depends on the project, how the project is. Okay. So here we just keep it simple. Functional, manual. What's the priority? Is it useful, important, critical? We just go to important. Risk, we just put as medium. Is it low, high, or medium? Okay. Now let's put the preconditions. So what are the preconditions when you're executing these test cases? Okay, so all those will be before Okay, all this supposed to be written before execution part from the test cases. Okay, this is, if you know the SDLC, we go through this SDLC process, so we'll understand more. Okay, so what is the preconditions? Precondition is code should be deployed into test environment. Okay, and the second is smoke testing should be completed. Third is, okay, we'll just put it to, if you know anything else, let me know, I'll update it. Okay, here if you put this, oh, okay. So this is the preconditions when you want to execute this. Whenever if you are executing, this should be there. Code should be deployed in test environment. You cannot work on dev environment or production environment. That is not advisable unless it comes from the management. Okay. And once you have done this, now okay, let's go to the post conditions. Post conditions. What happens after this? That means regression testing should be done. And next is code should be deployed in production. This is a post condition for your test cases. Okay. And okay, if there's any notes, you can go ahead and put the notes here. Okay, let's start with writing test cases. Okay, here we'll start writing test cases. Now, to write any test cases in any way, not just Rally or HPLM or Jira or Zephyr or any other tool in the world, you will be having two major inputs. Okay, two fields you need to fill. So what is the input you are giving? What is the expectation of that input? After putting input, what is your expectation? Okay, so that's the two major fields. Always you need to check. Although there are many other, so we'll keep it simple. What is input and what is expected on that? Okay. Now, what's the input? We will put. Let's go here. So what I'm trying to put is here. Okay, so what's the input? Enter URL in the Chrome browser and hit enter. Okay, so that's the input I'm trying to put. That means I'll just open this in Chrome browser and I'll copy this and put this and hit enter. So what's happening? So you are directing to the home page of GMO Online. So page is okay. Page is directed to the home page of GMO Online. Does that make sense? Okay. So what is the input and what is the expectation you are putting after clicking enter or clicking some button or doing something? What is the expected result from that? Okay. So you are saying page is directed to the home page of GMO Online as per the requirements. You want to put it this to make sure you are doing as per the requirements. Okay. Now. Okay, now I want to create a second step here. So this is kind of input and result. Now we want to start writing test cases. Now click on this. This is add action step that is located near the step that's left hand corner. Now once you click on this, there's a drop down box showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that means if you click on one, the two field appears. Okay, two boxes appears and two. That means two boxes three boxes, four, and so on. Okay, now let's click on one. So we'll start writing one by one. Once you click on this, the page gets refreshed, and okay, here you go. Now what is the input? What is the expected result? Now what's the input? Here what I'm trying to say is click on enter GMO online button. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is click on okay. So how do you know? Click on actually how you got this enter GMO online button because okay. Because you told here, no, here it says like enter URL, then only you are able to forward to this testing. So these are dependent test cases. Okay, you are just depending one step after next step after next step. So these are dependent. Okay. Now, once you have done this, what's the result? When you click on this, page is navigated. You know, should we know this? Page is navigated to. Let's see, where does it go? Online catalog page. Okay. How do you know? So this is this, and the URL is also changed. If you see this, the URL is different. Okay, great. Okay, and this is good. Now I want to write one more test case. Okay, let's click on this same button, which is add action steps. Click on that. Again, this drop down box shows up. Click on one. The pair of field shows up. Okay. Now again the same thing. What is the input and what is expected? Now since we have done this, we want to navigate after this page too. So what I'm trying to say is here I want to put some value like 10. Okay, or to just put this some value. So how do you write in test case? Here enter the value for okay. So enter the value for 3% don't tempt in the order quantity field as 10. So that's what I'm trying to put it here 10. Okay. Now and click on place an order button. Okay. Place an order. Okay. So what happens? Page is navigated to billing information. Place an order. Okay. So place an order page. Okay. This is good. Now let's see. I want to write one more test case. So again, I go ahead and click on this. Now this button shows up. Now just click on one. Now this is a problem here. Okay, so there is a problem here. Now this is my third case, and since I told you these are dependent test cases, that means you start with one, you keep on going. You cannot move up and down here with these test cases. Okay. Now the problem is now this is supposed to be my third case, but this ended up in second. You see this? Now 1, 2, 3. This is supposed to be third, not second. Now this thing got screwed up here. Okay. Now I want to move this to third location. How do I do this? A simple way is there is then two buttons located here at this field, every second field. Okay, add action step and action menu, which is located in the right corner. Click on that. And what you want to do with that step? You want to move down, remove it, or move up? So I'll just move down. Okay, great. Now this is my third test case. Okay, so that's good. It said move down, so now I can use this. Now, let's say click on proceed with order button. Okay, so what happens? Page is navigated to billing order page. Let's see where it does go. Billing information. Okay, this is my third. Now I'm not going again back to here and clicking this because now I know my test cases are getting screwed up. I don't want this because I want step by step. Everything should go, nice and easy. No, I'm not going here, back here, and clicking on one drop down. Okay, so that's really not helpful for me. Now, what I want to do is I want to click here, which is located into third. Let's say this is my third, and I want to write a fourth test case, right? So I want to click here. There's an option for every box. You have this option to click here. See this? Now I want to use that option. Okay, why? Because I'm not, interested in, that will be a more, you're not utilizing your time efficiently. Okay, so you want to use, make sure you want to use your time efficiently. So if I click here, that will come in middle of the test case, and I want to pull that test case down again and again until it reaches. So that's really not a good idea. Okay, so now once you want to click here, click on this, same thing shows up, but the difference is it shows up right in the fourth page. That means my test case is 4. Here we go. See this? I hope you guys understood, right? What does it mean by having test case here? I'm sorry, having this feature to add new field here. Okay. Now, what is my next step? Now, let's see. Fill up this all the information here. And I have my credit card information. Let's put it here. And I'll do this till 2017. And I want to check out this. Okay. And click on place an order button. So what I want to put here is, so it's not this. Okay. Enter all the information. And click on place the order button. Okay. What is expected? Expected is receipt, online receipt. You get this. Online receipt, online store receipt. So what is expected? Page is navigated to okay. Page is navigated to online store receipt page. Okay, that's good. Now, once it's done, I want to again create one more test case. That is, click on this add action step right here in the fourth step and click on one. And so, there you go. Okay, great. Now what I want to write here is, I want to also test this button. So return to home page button. Okay, good. Now what I'm trying to see here is, click on Okay, so what happens is click on return to home page button and the page is redirected to Geomo online home page. Okay, so once you finish this, click save and close. Okay, great. So if you see here, we have successfully written test case. Here actually it's a set, why? Because there are a series of steps involved in this test case. Okay, this is normally called set because it might contain 10 test cases, 15 test cases, 20 test cases, so on. Now, it's not really recommended to go more than 20 test cases. Why? Because if you're writing more than 20 test cases, then are you going to do testing? Right? So you don't have much time. If you want to do more, you want to limit test cases up to 20. Okay, its max is 20. I would say you should not go beyond 20. If you're going beyond 20, then you're not actually efficiently working. Okay, that means there's some things going on which need to be taken care of. Okay, you can see this. Okay, here you see this in all the information here, whatever I entered. Okay. Now here what I have written is positive scenarios. Okay, you need to work on negative scenarios, positive scenarios, and boundary values. Okay, any questions so far? Now, since I can edit this too, you can go ahead and click on edit. Now, since I cannot enter each and every values for the test case, right? What we have done is for this alphabets. Are we working on alphanumerics? Are we also done the boundary testing? So what you want to do is you can put it here, something like this, and you can put tested for if it's negative scenario, go ahead and write another test case if you are asked to, otherwise you can include in this. Tested URLs, images, buttons, text, static text. Okay, and want to edit it and save it close. Okay, so what? Since you want to do a lot of working, and you want to limit these test cases to just 20 test cases, not more than 20. Because why? Let's say this is what we have written one set of test cases. So what have you written for? Let's say we have written for this Chrome browser, right? We have written this for Chrome browser. You need to write test cases again for Firefox, for Internet Explorer, for Safari. If you are testing in the Mac, they will be having a different Mac. Okay, you want to test in that. And if it's for a mobile application, you want to also make sure it, the application is tested properly in, mobile such as iPhone, Android, or so on. Okay, so that's what so that will be another test cases. Again, you need to there are different versions of test cases. I'm sorry, different versions like IE10, IE11, Microsoft Edge. Then you need to write a separate test case set for each of them. So here we have only written for Chrome. Expect for other browsers too. Okay, so that's that's the reason you want to limit up to 20. You don't want to go beyond because you are going to multiply this all this. Okay, 20 into 2, 20 into 3, 20 into 4, 20 into 5, and so on. Okay, for different applications, different browsers, different mobile apps, iPad, iPhone, Android, so on. You want to write a separate test cases for each of them. Okay, so and again, each of them should contain positive scenarios, negative scenarios, boundary values, including URLs, images, buttons, static text, etc. Drop-down box, and all of the things. Okay. Any questions? Okay, so let's, if no questions, let's go to here. Okay, so you actually have successfully created a test case. Let's execute this. Okay, let's execute. We have done nothing. We have just created test cases. Okay, we have just created test. We need to execute it. So what's the execution? The execution is when you do this. You need to open this browser. You need to do all this. So here, luckily, we have this application ready-made. Okay, since we had a ready-made application, we did this. Normally it may not happen because you might see the requirements and write the test cases, but here, we did, since we have ready-made application. Okay, now let's start executing. How do you execute it? Here you have this option, three buttons located. You see this cross and tick mark, so that is what called result. And if you want to edit this, you can go ahead and click on edit. If you want copying this, you want to copy this because test cases are similar but a different browser. You want just to update this Chrome to Firefox, and you want to create it, so in that case you can copy it. Okay, now let's execute this. Click on result. Okay, now what's the build? The build, you can check it out with your lead. So what's the build all about? Just put t dot 1.9. Okay, you want to check it out. What's the build actually? What build we are working on. So upon that, you can update here. Okay, what's the verdict? Verdict means, is it fail? Is it pass? Is it not non-conclusive? It is error, so on. So here we select this as pass. Okay. Now, who is the tester responsible? It's you, of course. Duration. We'll just put as 5. We just completed it in 5. And you know what? Yeah, let's put it 5. Attachment. Okay, so we'll talk about this. Okay, so here what I'm trying to see is successfully tested functional test cases for GM Online. Okay, you can write that small information so that everyone does. Okay, so we never talked about this attachment, so make sure this attachment. So what is this all about? Okay, so let's say you have tested an application, right? So as we did, right? We have written test cases, we have executed it, and you have tested, right? But how does your boss knows? How do your boss knows? Your boss didn't see, right? How do your boss know that you have tested it? So you are good because you know you have tested, but your boss doesn't. Now, if you are not putting any evidence here, okay, that the application is tested, now you may get into some trouble. But not necessary. If you're an experienced guy, you know how to handle it. Questions from the boss, so that's fine. Okay, but let's say you have tested some application and fails in production. There's a production issue that raised by some developer. They say, no, you were responsible for testing this. Now it's on upon you. Now, if you don't have evidence that you have tested it, you are going to be some serious trouble there. Okay, because your boss will ask you, call you, okay, hey, can you stop by my desk? Once such kind of calls come, then you really need to think what to do, because your boss says, okay, have you tested this? Okay, so how do I know that you have tested this? So that's a very good question. That's a very good question from your boss, saying that you have tested this application. How do boss know that you have tested it? Okay, so here's what you're going to do. For every testing, what you're doing, you need to put screenshots, right? Let's see how we can do that. You can do that. Let's open pretty quick. Let's see. So what you can do is, I use this procedure. You don't have to use that way, but I can document in all in MS Word. Okay, I'll put the screenshots. Now what you're going to do is put the screenshots. In MS Word. I hope this shows up. Great. Okay, so here what you're going to do. Okay, minimize this. Now you said you have tested it, right? How do you have master? So you want to put all the screenshots here. Now you will make sure these are all gone. Before putting screenshot, these issues are gone. If you're putting with issues, then you are the one who is responsible for it, right? You are the one who is responsible because these issues are not supposed to be there when you're testing it. Make sure that all these issues are gone and you are putting the screenshots which are tested and all the defects are removed. Okay. Now you're not going to put just like that. Just put it here. Okay, next. Now, what's the next button we were testing? Second screenshot. Okay, this is good. This is the one we were testing. 1 10. Put the screenshot. Oops, not this. Okay. And what you did next? This is an order button, so that means this screenshot too. Okay, let's get a screenshot. So you want to make sure all these defects are fixed before putting all this information. You don't want to put if there are any defects here, okay? So because the one who will be questioned will be you. Because it's clearly stating you're putting screenshot because you know you have tested it and you know you have resolved the issue, followed up with developer, all those things are done. That's why you're putting here, right? So we have to make sure. Okay, somebody asked the question how to take a screenshot. Okay, so that will be, directly use the print screen button, which will be there in your laptop, or sometimes you want to use function and print screen. Okay, and oops, this. Okay, you want to use print screen option, which is there in your laptop or desktop, or put it here, put this, and take a screenshot. Then put it here. Okay, great. Place an order. Take a screenshot. Oops. Okay, let's take a screenshot here. So you can put, you can directly put in MS Word. So why I'm doing this, I don't want all the information to be shown. So I'm just putting whatever the information is relevant to my testing. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so next put this and click on place order. Take a screenshot. Put it here. Okay, great. Now all these are documented. Now it is good because now you know that you have tested it, and let's put it here. Put on desktop. These are okay. So, save it. So now what happens, right? You know you have tested this application good. Now you also have evidence that yeah. So now your boss sees, okay, good. So now whenever there is an issue, you know what, you have an, you can talk saying that, at that point of time when we tested it, there was no issues. How do you know? How do your boss knows? Why don't you show them the results? Okay, with a screenshot. So at that time everything was good. I'm not exactly sure what developer has changed later because we didn't test it after that because I was working on 3-4 projects. A lot of things are going on. So you know what? At that point of time when we tested it, there was no issues. Okay. So what do you want to put here? Results. And save it close. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so somebody asked a question, right? How to take a screenshots? So there is a button, print screen button. I hope everybody knows on the system. If you are using laptop, there will be. If you are using Mac, there's a different. I think like there's 3 things to be pressed, right? Control, Alt or X or something like that. I'm not sure exactly about Mac. Mac is a little bit different. So if you are taking screenshot, and if you are using Windows, you want to press this print screen button. If you are using Mac, there's a different thing. I don't think there's a print screen option. If there is, then you can use that. Okay. Now, once you have done this, you documented all the MS Word, upload that document here. Now, whenever your boss is, okay, okay, this is tested. How do your boss knows it's tested? Okay, great. Let's see this evidence result. They'll download this and look into it. Okay, okay, you're good. You're not done. Okay, so somebody else gets the call. Okay, not you because you have done well. Any questions so far? So the moment you completed, if you see this plus icon shows up here, that means there's some result here attached. And if you see this successfully tested functional test cases for GM Online, and this build number is this, and if you want to see the document, you want to edit this and see where's actually the document here, and this is the document, download it and view the document. Any questions so far? So this is how we will be doing our functional testing. I mean, this is a writing of test cases and execution of test cases. This is actually more, you will be writing test cases before, it's like 1 week before or something like that. You'll be executing it later, okay? Because you want to make it ready before. You cannot write at the same time and execute at the same time. That's not appropriate way to do in any environment. If you are working in such kind of environment, please make sure you are doing this beforehand, because nobody is going to tell you what to do. Nobody is going to inform you. You are responsible for your own work. Nobody is telling you, okay, do this, do that. You have to do this. Nobody is going to say that. Okay. So if you are missing some deadline, you are responsible for that, because you want to make sure everything is done beforehand while you are executing the test cases. Does it make clear to everyone? Okay, good. Because you don't want to work at the nick of the moment, right? If you are working at nick of the moment, it's a lot of pressure. You will be having a lot more pressure than you can imagine. Okay, now you will be going through all this, so make sure always you document all this work beforehand, and when you are executing it, then it's supposed to be ready. Everything should be ready in front of you, and you need to just execute it and finish it. That's it. You're not going to write test cases and others. Let's say your execution is like 1 day, 2 days, and you're not going to write the whole thing. So that's not appropriate. Okay, although you can do it, you can complete it, but trust me, that doesn't go well, because suddenly if any other works come to you, you're going to be you'll be in pressure, because 2-3 works at once, you didn't complete your work in time, everything will be at that moment. So, and always make sure you understand that you are responsible for what you are doing. Okay, nobody takes any responsibility for testing. You are the one who is supposed to test because you're an experienced guy. You know what to do. Okay, you know what is all these types of testing. You know what is test management tool. You know what is how to write test cases. All those things. Okay, nobody is going to do anything. Okay, nobody will do. Nobody will be spoon feeding. So the spoon feeding is no more. Okay, so don't expect such kind of things. You are responsible. You need to be proactive. You need to go, get it and done. You need to do. So that's how your attitude is supposed to be. Okay, so tomorrow we'll go to defect section, and tomorrow we are going to work on defects. Any questions so far? So I'll be giving you homework. Okay. For some people, they say like video, audio is not properly. Okay. Also report it to your respective HR. Respective. Please make sure you report it. And also, from my side, I'm giving you better quality audio. Okay. Yeah, sure. So just check it here. Okay. So here. You'll see this better quality. You can go ahead and click on this. Okay, you can hear this properly. I think this video will be okay. And also make sure if you have speakers, make sure use speakers, not headphones, because speakers I can able to hear very because the volume is good, right? Because that has really. If you're using, see, somebody was using this built-in speaker in a laptop, or they were using that small earphone, right? Earphone, headphone. That is really okay. That is good once the quality of audio is good. But when the volume is low, okay, you want to use speakers. Okay, I mean if you have one, I'm not saying that you need to buy one for this or something. If you have one, that is a better thing to use it because if you put full volume, you'll be able to hear it clearly. Okay, because that helps to more better. The audio quality is much more better in this. Okay. Okay. If no one has any questions, can we close this class for today? Also, you guys need to work on homework because only few people have submitted homework. Okay, so make sure you guys do the homework. Okay. I mean, unless you know what you're doing, okay, you don't have to, like, it's not like you have to do something, just because I'm saying you may not do it and still you know everything, that's fine, okay, but thing is, what have you learned, okay, that's the more important thing for you, how useful was your recording, whatever my explanation was, and how useful was it when you implement in your project or in your job, okay, how useful did you find, so that's what most important thing than all these homeworks it's not really relevant, but thing is how useful did you find is more important. Okay, if no one has questions, I'm closing this class. Okay, thank you guys.